How's it going, YouTube family? This is your suburban garden permaculture style guy. We're gonna give you an update, well, with the loud trucks and everything, sorry, of the garden. Here we are in June. I didn't do a lot of gardening updates or anything during the rest of the months. Wasn't a whole lot to see. I mean, there kind of was, but there's so many things going on, it's just hard to get around to doing stuff sometimes. So we are still, silly us, we are still in a mode of trying to plant seeds. It is a little warm for that, but her 4 o'clock has just popped up here recently, and some cosmos. Here's some of the things she's growing, or trying to anyway. We're just giving it a shot. This is mostly flowers, and it's really probably too hot. Peppermint, rosemary, lemon balm, catnip, English lavender, garlic, chives, very low germination rate. These are all things we very rarely get to germinate anyway. Her zinnias that we started from seed are doing great. Peppermint, oregano, peppermint, sage, extra tomato plants from all of our seedlings that didn't make it to the garden. So we're just growing tomatoes right here in little pots. And I guess that's what we're going to do. We've done a lot of planting of that seedling stuff into various other pots. What do you call that stuff? Magier, what is that stuff? Rosemary. And then some flowers, I forget what those are. Oh, chamomile, that's chamomile. Some more vegetables and stuff. We're going to start some more rotational planting because some of our stuff's almost done, actually. Another tomato bucket I made. Again, this is all just leftover stuff. Look at that guy right there. Bam! I bet one of my lizards would love to eat you. Hold on, I'm going to pause this. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. I had to go throw that into my cage for my lizard. This thing I built, I had one of these pieces of this wire left over. This is concrete reinforcing wire. This is a poor man's cattle panel. Okay, and it's a rusty metal, but I've had it for years. It doesn't rust out very fast, and they're only like $6-7 each at Home Depot. But anyway, I kind of affixed it to this bucket, and again, I did do something I see a lot of people do. Threw a bunch of wood chunks, 4x4s, rotted 4x4s and stuff in the bottom, and then put some dirt because I didn't have that much dirt, and then mulched it. We're gonna do a little green bean tower. That Wifey Poo found this at a store. It's a cool little metal cage thing. And so we put some vine beans in there to go ahead and climb up it. Well, besides that mess, let me get that out of the way. You can see my irrigation system that I've been working on. It's getting a little nicer over here for some of the parts. Some of her little stuff here. We're not going to be able to go over every... Well, I want to try to make this kind of short. I don't want y'all to get bored with it, but I don't know what y'all are bored of. Y'all can't tell me hardly, so it's hard to know. I mean, we got all kind of stuff. We got squash. You can see these are all thymes. We've had difficulty getting thyme going, just like oregano. So those are Anaheim peppers, Jubilee tomatoes, sweetie cherry tomatoes, orange sun sweet bells here in the front, sweeties here. That's a whole nother rack, a complete rack of sweeties. Half parsley, half jelly bean cherry tomato. We never heard of it. Thought it sounded cool. We're gonna try it. Parsley, sages, amaranths that grow wild in our yard. Just so much stuff. Spinaches. Peppers, again, all this stuff we didn't even put in the ground. It's all just flowering right here. There's tons of celery. That's all celery, a rack of celery. That's celery right here. This is all celery. This is more basil. Don't ever do this. I mean, if you have to, like we did, it will get a plant going, but when you try to cut it apart, it's kind of a pain. But look how big of a plant you can grow in a little cut off bottom of a water bottle. Okay, now I did use fertilizer. There's no way you can grow that without fertilizer. Okay, you do have to fertilize stuff, even seedlings. But look at this. This is basil, guys, that we're not harvesting or anything. It's just like these were the plants we were going to try to plant in the ground. We never planted any of it. But you know what? And it's already starting to go to seed. We can come out here, and she does, and we do, and we harvest right off of this. And you know the neat thing is, this stuff tastes pretty dang good. You can eat some of this. And it's mild. I mean, eating raw basil isn't a big thing, but you know. Definitely not bad. So there's some peppermint. Again, we're just throwing stuff in any little thing. Caterpillar got one of our oregano stations, and this is just now starting to come back. But boy, it sure did tear us up. Lettuces are dying back. More seedlings she's trying to start. Black soldier fly bin. I haven't been over here this morning, so we're going to see that together. Bok choys, and they're really not the right season. You can see we've been picking and eating off of that. Yeah, purple opal basils, some more basils, lots of basils. Celery is neat stuff. Sunflowers growing wild. You can see the sunflower heads. Hell, sunflower in there, over there. You can see the sunflower heads coming on. Yep, and there's actually open sunflowers. It's monster. You can see all those flowers. I don't know how. Okay, in that area. Sunflowers everywhere, ladies and gents. Well, there's an open one right there. Dun, 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 dun. Bubble wheat. So yeah, more sunflowers, more sunflowers. Gonna be a crop of sunflowers. And there's those stupid leaf hoppers. Ew. They're so bad. Oh, there, right there. Oh, we hate you. You're so bad. Got him. Haha. Anyway, that's kind of like a trap plant, because look at them. They're all up on there. Yep, there's a vine borer right there. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, I believe is a squash vine borer. But I don't know that for sure. I'm going to kill it anyway. I don't know what you are, but you just got your head popped, homie. Just got your head popped, homie. That was gross. Stuff's still looking okay. My baby chickens are nesting. Ooh, there's a caterpillar in there. Oh my god. Ugh. I'm gonna have to fish that out of there. We still haven't done much with the keyhole garden. There are strawberries down there, I swear to God. It just don't look like it. These ladies are starting to suffer a little bit. I need to get them watered. I don't have my irrigation everywhere yet, so not everything is actually getting watered yet. So we're still working on that. This garden's already almost petering out. You guys can see Doggy is in straight pounce mode. Hank, go lay down. No, boy, it's okay. Don't jump in my garden, Hank. I already know what he's thinking. Like you're gonna leap in there and go get something. No, Hank, those are bees. You don't mess with the bees. Okay, I see what he's looking at. He's looking at this tree full of flowers and bees. He's such a bird dog that he can't even let bees live. I can see bees in there and grasshoppers. We've got spaghetti squash and stuff hanging everywhere. That's something right there. That was our big one. I'll be honest, our big one looks like it's getting smaller. Is that even possible? Losing water maybe? But this is a spaghetti squash. Looks all lumpy and funky. But there's 9 or 11 of them, a spaghetti squash in this whole patch all over the place in various places. There's one right over by my cherry tree. I don't know if y'all can see it back there. One that didn't make it. It's making more flowers. The plants are starting to die back. I don't know if it's a disease or what. If it was squash vine borers, you'd imagine they would already just flopped over, but it still could be. During the heat of the day, this plant can't take it and it droops down real bad. And I have a feeling that's vine borer damage, but I don't know. As you can see, we've already had so many zucchinis and stuff. There's zucchini sitting on the counters right now and eating that we're still working on. So if these things are being affected by some bugs, there ain't much I'm not gonna care. There's a zucchini you can see up under there, I think. I have some baby cantaloupes. I missed showing you one of those. I do have some baby cantaloupes. I don't have any baby watermelon that I'm aware of. And just right off the top of my head, I don't see any just sitting here. But there are spaghetti squash. There's 3 right there. And again, if this is where it started growing, there's some more of them right there and there. But those are my cantaloupes. Bang, 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 bang. Cantaloupe. Cantaloupe. I am very happy with those. So I do have a couple of melons. Of all these melon vines, that's the only melons I got. It's cantaloupes. No watermelons anywhere. No honeydews yet that I'm aware of. And there could be. I just, again, am not aware of it. So I don't think there's anything in there. So I'm not going to waste a lot of your time looking because I haven't found any. But again, the blackberries are still making blackberries. I mean, they're still blackberries. We haven't even been picking them anymore at this point. Just kind of let them do their thing. It's going around. Again, spaghetti squash. If we get spaghetti squash ripe out of this, it'll be the first time I've ever done it. Because they usually don't grow well for me. They get hit by vine borers before the squash forms. Summer squash does better because it's shorter lived. There we go. Can y'all see that? Oh snap! It was in the wires. Oh dang. Let me make sure y'all can even see what I'm showing you. I can't see, the glares real bad. Anyway, I can't tell if you can see it or not. This one's in the wire too. So we'll let those go. Cherries are suffering in the heat. Pretty normal. Citrus is doing better. They're growing. They got citruses. These are Washington oranges. Supposedly. I've never seen it happen. These are Satsuma, which is a cutie. Little bitty tiny oranges. So basically they're oranges. And my lemons. Meyer, lemon of the Meyer. That monster is the avocado. I think you can tell its foliage looks different. It looks like it's got a beautiful head growing. Alright, see tons of little lemons, like literally this whole clump. There's 5 right here on this cluster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. I did do some umbrella-ing. I'm going to show you all these blueberries here in a second. Did some umbrella-ing. This little bush was this thickly growing every stem. There were so many thousands of little leaves. I just needed to clean it up. It was a whole regrow. This thing is growing so vigorously, I had to cut tips because it was throwing out massive growth and it was just going to get really floppy. And it's okay. So I just cut 3 of the tips off, and this one big main one is coming all the way. Well, I'm gonna try to show you this from the side. It's trying to come from all the way down here, okay? And I cut it because it was just gonna get too big. So I don't need it to be that tall. So things looking lush. Blueberries have been a resounding success yet again. We come through and we pick cups. I mean, entire Dixie cups at a time, every other day or so. You don't always get a sweet one most of the time, but not every time. But yeah, blueberries are still here. Lots of blueberries. Again, between the different kinds, I don't really notice any flavor difference. I mean, there's some that you get off the same, seems off the same plant. They're just way more delicious than others, but nope, those weren't bad. Those were good. Sunflowers, mulberry, sunflowers growing nuts, amaranth, red amaranth. This is what was in our yard when I first moved here. This is what used to grow wild like the sunflowers do now, but I think I would rather it go back to this because this is smooth stalked and it doesn't have spines. These seeds are edible as amaranth seeds, one of the oldest known cultivated plants in humanity. And I can use the stalks the same way as I do these as biomass, but I don't have to deal with these nasty spiky things that almost every bug in the world seems to love a sunflower too. It's kind of bad. It draws in a lot of pests. But they usually go to that tree. I do got some pomegranates. A few. Here and there. There's even a Big Daddy. I can't even reach that. It's over my head. So that's doing okay. I still haven't finished this up. But, the Monsters. Monsters Inc. right here. Yeah, I know y'all have seen a couple of the bags. There's a ladybug. Seen a couple of these clear white bags on there. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. But look at the size of these flowers. Let me see if I can show you this. Okay, that's a flower, guys. Do you understand how big that tomato is? It's fasciated. It's cat-faced. It's going to be a weird tomato, but it'll be huge. Cat-faced blooms. So there's going to be some mega tomatoes. There's lots. These are the Cherokee purples, so they always make a weird tomato anyway. I'm dying to eat me a Cherokee purple. This one had gotten a disease, started spraying copper, seems to be recovering. Copper is amazing, guys. Tomato wilt, tomato blight, all these things you get on tomatoes too. You see some curl, and you definitely see that one have a little burn on it, but the rest of them really don't. I mean, there's some curl, but all the new growth ain't like that. And it's just so thick and leathery and robust. Look at the size of them flowers. I mean, guys, look at that. That is huge. I mean, if I could even show you how big that those little fingers are on that thing. It is massive tomato. This has got to be, I'm going to get, my first tomato is going to be 2-pound tomatoes. I already know it. There's that pomegranate that came back. I kept telling you I wasn't dead. Those stupid vines that grow around here. They're taking over my yard. Somebody planted English ivy or something a long time ago, and it has been a weed ever since. But that is a 5-year-old pomegranate tree that died its 2nd or 3rd year and has been under the ground dead for a couple of years and then came back finally. I mean, that's it. This is sweet, never sweet, whatever the varieties are. Oh, I did have a double. Oh, are they gone? Oh, there they are. Hey, look, I got a double set. Hey, cool. Been adding more stuff to this forest flory thing. This is sort of recovering. Had a little aphid problem. Sprayed some soapy water. Got it better. Big sunflowers. Big native sunflowers. Gigantic sunflowers. I can't even walk through here anymore, but I'm going to push my way through. Look at the stalks. This is crazy. It's all growing right out next to the bottom of my box, too. And creating this wonderful little zone, this neato looking spot. My baby chickens are definitely loving it. Those are amaranth. I love those better. Yeah, I definitely want my yard to kind of go back to that. Christina, she likes the sunflowers, but I like these. They're easier to deal with. Because when I push through here, all these spiky things are all, oh, but you don't do that if it's amaranth. So this one pepper just hadn't done so hot, and it never has. The rest of them pretty much have. I topped all these, and these are all 2 shoots that shot up since then. There's tons of peppers. We picked some jalapenos last night, just a couple just to take the weight off the plants. Now remember when I cut this back, when I showed them this backyard gardener? That video I did a while back? I had just cut that back there that spring. Well, that's this spring. And you can see, besides it looking a little funky, all that has come out just this year. And you can see it's ate up with some kind of caterpillar. Every year my stuff gets ate up like this, but I do not do anything about it, and it doesn't seem to hurt the plant. I just don't know what it is. Some kind of caterpillar. I'm going to get me some BT, though. We're going to fix all that. But it never has affected it. All these trees look like that at the top. They always have. It's never not looked like that. More sunflowers, as you can tell. Weird bees of lots of different kinds. Right there's a dirt dauber, I guess. But yeah, lots of growth. Everything's looking good. My cut down forest floor, because I did cut a lot of the tops of these off, right? And I still have a lot more to go, because that's as tall as it's going to get. All that's coming off. All that stuff got thrown in here. As you can see, lots of big wood. See some fungus growing. And again, we'll cover this with sunflower stalks at some point. And then there's actual wood, sunflower stalks, leaves, grass clippings. And this has just been adding to and adding to for years. Yeah, it works great. Look at this thing that these chickens got over here on this side. This is where they like to hang out, where they can see us, because they want to get to us, but we're tired of that. So they like to hang out under this nice canopied area. I can see a chicken in there. There's some of the babies over here. The big chickens don't like the little chickens. They still haven't been friends, and even though they roost together, they're still not friends. Oh, I see some flowers on my watermelons. There's 5 watermelons over here. 1, 2, which I doubt you can even see. There's one big one. I can't use this viewfinder good. There's one right there. There's one growing in here that's growing this way and this way, and then this big guy right here. The fruit bags I bought. Plum curculios. Hold on, let me pause this while I clear my sinuses. Sorry. Whew, pollen out here. You can see the bags all over them. It's for the plum curculios. I'm just, yeah, I'm going to see how this works. I bought 2 100 packs, so I have 200 of these bags. I busted out. Between these trees and these trees, it doesn't look like it. There's 100 of those little bags on these 2 trees, because I used a whole pack on them. And it doesn't look like it, but there's 100. And some of them have 2 or 3 apples or pears in each one, so, you know, there's more fruit there than I thought there was. Even in some places, there's only 1. You see that little hole, guys? I want you to see it. Can y'all see the hole on the fruit? I don't know if the angle is good, but if you can see the damage on the fruit, that's the plum curculio damage. That hole is what they curculios do. And if I just leave these, all of them will just be full with those holes at the end of the year. And then they're not, you know, who wants to eat that? That's a hawk of some sort, harassing a bird of some sort with another hawk. I gotta watch that because I have chickens. Interesting. But yeah, those bags are supposed to help keep that from happening, so we'll see how that works. This is my honeydew starting to spread and sprawl. One of several. I don't know if this thing has been focusing, you guys, and I do apologize. It's so much glare and I'm on my cell phone. I just plugged that squash in 2 days ago. That's cantaloupe, and you can see that's a native bee, not a honeybee, but a native bee pollinating. This is a big cantaloupe that's being overwhelmed by this squash that's growing all over here, here, and there. Now that's the honeydew, I believe. No, this is, yeah, this is a honeydew right here. Ooh, it's doing good. Oh, wow, yeah, it's doing pretty. Oh, there's a potato beetle. That's an enemy, even though he's pollinating right now. We're gonna knock him into my hand and kill him. The yellowish green ladybug is not your friend. That's what everybody tells me. And I understand he was pollinating, but that's okay. I got other pollinators. And there goes one of those leaf hoppers, and they're sucking my juices. Ugh. Got it. But we'll see. Hey, that's not good. Don't do that. Don't stuff yourself into the hole. Jeez. Look at that. What's wrong with you? Dang. Oh, wow. White flower from the BS vine weed, and then my own vine flowers. Cantaloupe that's growing in this box, growing all the way out and coming back that way. Here's some of those. I'm not even focused in or anything, I'm sorry. Some of these fruit didn't look all that amazing to begin with, so kind of curious whether or not this is gonna, you know, I put them on a little late because I didn't have them until just recently. So we'll see. But I was concerned because the bags I had bought before, I bought bags made for this purpose, but you couldn't see through them. It was like a solid white fabric, and the fruit rotted in there. It was too hot. These are for weddings. This is literally a wedding. This is like satin or something. But these are wedding bags, and I got 100, the best deal I could find, scouring deals over and over and over, trying to find the right deal. I think I paid like $14 for 100 or something like that, and I bought 2 of them, or maybe it was only like $6 or $8. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't much, but I found the best deal I could find. I didn't want 25. I didn't want 50. I wanted hundreds, because if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it right. So it's always worth something to have these around. There's 3. Again, they're being utilized well. There's 3 in there. There's 3 in there. And somehow there's 100 bags no longer in my pack, and they're all over here somewhere. It doesn't look like it. It really doesn't. Oh, God darn it. Look at that. So I either trapped them in there with it, or is that a bruise, or Y'all see these wounds? Let me see if y'all can even see what I'm seeing. Yeah, you see that? And that, I don't know if that's coloring or wounded. Now this wound was already there. That was a plum curculio wound. Let me see if I can show you where my finger is. That was a plum curculio wound that I saw before I put on these bags. Is that a bug? That's another worrisome thing, was when you're putting these on, are you trapping a bug with them? So you had to kind of clean them. What are you ladies doing? I'm daddy, huh? See, I'm daddy to these babies. If I'm over here, they're like, well, what are you doing? The other chickens, they're not so friendly to me. But especially my little girls. Oh, whoop, did daddy scare you? I didn't mean to scare you. Come on, I'm not that scary. I can touch you. You let daddy touch you a little bitty bit. You let me do it just a little bitty bit. Because I'm a nice guy. Huh, baby? That's the nicest chicken I've ever had right there. Let me do that. But you got to be real gentle with a chicken for a really long time to even get that close to one. A testament to my ability to be nice sometimes. Ooh, I see a big giant garden spider web in there. He's got one of them zigzag webs. Yeah, those are cool. Babies, you need to go play. I don't want to run you off because you get scared. Yeah, I'm gonna pet you. Yeah, that'll make you run. Come here, let me pet you. Yeah, you don't like that, do you? Like, Daddy, don't touch me. Don't touch me, Daddy. Don't touch me. Well, go away. I wouldn't have to. I'm turning this over. Look, I didn't even know this had happened. Apparently a dog or something came through here and broke that tip. So now we lost a growing tip because it's trying to grow in an aisle instead of where it should be growing, which is way over there. And I apologize if I'm not keeping this camera pointed the right way. Sorry. All right, so anyway, garden tour is very almost over here. I saw a bug fly in there, but I got everything covered as best as possible. Come on, ladies, let's go. You always got to be the outlier, don't you? Jump and run the wrong way. So we'll see how the spaghetti squash and all that does. The figs, completely loaded up, good time. Wow. So I think you can see a lot of that. It's starting to make more instead of just ripening them. So I'm thinking I might start doing some of that tipping like Ross Ratty talks about. Because I don't need it making, whoa. Okay, there's my black soldier flies, guys. Those are my black soldier flies. Those are not bees. Those are mating black soldier flies. I know this wasn't supposed to be part of the video, but I'm gonna try to get them in the light so you can see them a little better. Do you see that? That is not a bee. It looks kind of like a wasp to me, but it's not. That is a black soldier fly. That is a fly. Has no mouth parts, has no stinging parts. All it does is only is an adult like this for a couple of days, and it dies. But those ladies and guys are going to be laying eggs in my black soldier fly band. Matter of fact, that one's trying to break free from that one. I guess they're done. But that was a black soldier fly, and they're native out here. I didn't bring them in. Lots and lots and lots of, well, I guess I can try to show you stuff. Figs galore. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to open a fig store. Lots of figs. Oh my goodness, I can't see where the ledge is. But lots of good stuff to see. And we'll go to the land of imagination. Yeah. Like something that's messing with that. I don't know. Need them to ripen, but there's a lot of figs. A lot of figs. So we shall see. Alright, that's pretty much it. Still haven't got anything done with that. Still sitting there. We'll get it done sooner or later. There's borer damage. There's those guys. See how they run from you? You can go to a plant and put your hand on this side and you'll see them. But if you catch them by not trying to catch them this way, you catch them from this side. Watch. Whap! And I got him. See? Now, one doesn't do any good, but I'm pretty good at catching these things. You put your hand on one side and it scares them to the other, and then you can usually do that and catch them. But anyway, pain in the butt. That is the garden. It is looking pretty lush and beautiful over here, guys. I just wanted y'all to get a good look at that. This is our view with the sunflowers and the new fence line on this side, how it looks. Gosh, come on, focus. I think it looks beautiful. Does any of y'all that are watching this seen my very first video? Or is it my second video? One of the second one, where I showed you this yard when we first got to this house. Nothing was here but grass and flat ground. That was 6 years ago and 2 months. 6 years, 2 months. The plants are 5 years old. 1 year after we moved in. That's pretty amazing. None of this was here. Nothing but grass. I like it. Oh, I see an interloper. You got into my little special area, didn't you, baby? Look at you. I call you a production blue, but you don't look blue to me. This is where the ladies hang out. You don't get up out of there. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys have good growing season. Let me go ahead and throw this in before we go. We're about to plant this garden now. I know it's June, but that is 90 holes I put in there. Whoa, we need to staple that down. That's 90 holes in 2 rows, 45 and 45, with a tape measure, with a little dot on each one. It was a white out liquid correction paper. And then I melted them holes. I'm doing a new way that most people, you don't see them do it, is I'm melting a hole to where it stays on. I don't want it to come off and leave a hole. So I did my cup, my metal rim, and I cut a section off so it doesn't melt it right there. And now I have mud flaps instead of portholes. So that way, we have beans under there. As they germinate, they'll just push their way out and open it up. And if one doesn't germinate, I don't get weeds right there, right? Hey, thumbs up for Rob, figuring out some big boy stuff. So we tried that over here, and you can see that's one of the discs that we didn't stay on, but we tried. I was like, well, man, there's got to be a way, and I've developed it as I've gone along. So these have a hole that you can still see, but some of them still have a plug, right? Not all of them do. But that was the idea start. Now this way has gotten better. And then there's a couple of cans, I need to talk about that later. But yeah, we haven't even planted this. This has got seeds in it. We're about to put corn, tomatoes, and some other stuff in here, and we'll see what that's gonna be. I don't even know, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna be crazy, so stick around and we'll talk to you soon. Later.